Welcome to the Mystery Hour, the show you fell asleep and then you woke up and you can't find the remote, and here it is. We are a late night talk show, believe it or not, in Springfield, Missouri. What? You're gonna love our show tonight. We have a great guest. Her name is Lisa Curry. She'll also be doing stand-up. Yeah. And we have a great title sponsor. Their name is Big Whiskeys. Check out this commercial we made.
At Big Whiskeys, we believe that great food and drink accompanied by the perfect toast will bring anyone together.
Boys, may the best day of your past be the worst day of your future.
Here's to the friends who know us well but manage to like us anyway.
Here's to my neighbor Janet for breaking down my bathroom door when I had too much soap on my hands to open it from the inside. Ox of a woman.
Big Whiskeys, American restaurant and bar.
There it is. Hey, let's talk to Dave. Dave Smith over here. All right, let's do things I've noticed.
These things I've noticed. These things I've noticed, yeah.
Yeah.
These things I've noticed. These things I've noticed, yeah.
Yeah.
These things I've noticed. These things I've noticed, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. What happened? All right. Things I've noticed. Here we go. I've noticed that there are two kinds of people in the world. Those who are good at finishing things and I've noticed it's important to learn as much as you can about nutrition so you can have more things to feel guilty about. I've noticed that let's face it, if true beauty really is on the inside, we'd figure out a way to photograph it and judge it by now. I've noticed that microwaves are just torture boxes for cold foods. You guys really humanized those real quick. I've noticed that while technically more correct, abdomen wigglers sounds way less exotic than belly dancers. And finally, I've noticed that this year, I want to start a haunted house that just plays the news nonstop in every room. Things I've noticed.
These things I've noticed. These things I've noticed, yeah.
All right, everybody. We have a real treat. We have Lisa Curry doing stand-up in a bit, but we had another guy who called in and we had to fit him in because he's really a truly great stand-up comedian, and he's playing a local club here tonight, and so we're fitting him in. He's from New York originally. He just got off a tour on the West Coast, and he's been on Comedy Central, on Netflix and stuff. We're really lucky to have him here. Please put your hands together for John McMurray. John. John, I have to interrupt you. You're very good. You came highly recommended. You haven't said anything yet. So we're all pulling for you. We just need you to say something, okay? We believe in you. Go ahead. John. This is hard, John. Listen, I want you to know we're all on your side here. We believe in you, right, everybody? We believe in you. So, this is your moment, okay? We don't have too much time left at this point. Just say something, okay? Go ahead. All right, there he is, John McMurray.
Thank you guys, that was my time.
That comedy bit brought to you by Bush, Ramlow, and Shore, CPAs, accountants. Funny.
Guest booking provided by Gig Salad.
Additional sponsorship provided by Big Whiskey's, official American restaurant and bar of the Mystery Hour.
Welcome back, everybody. We have a tremendous guest that I've known for several years, met her in LA, but first, we have a great guest sponsor. Ha! Springfield History Museum. If you haven't been there, some of your stuff might be there in the future. I definitely keep forgetting to email them to ask them their tagline. All right. Our guest tonight flew in from LA. She's been a friend of mine for a long time since I lived out there. And I'm so excited that she was finally able to make it out. Please put your hands together for Lisa Curry. Hi, Lisa.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, but the problem is this is my good side, so I'm gonna do this.
Okay, that's perfect. You do that.
If you could do you want to sit over here? I'm kidding. I'm teasing.
Yeah, I feel like this is better.
This is your show.
You have two good sides.
Okay.
That side is extremely great.
Okay.
Thanks for coming out here.
Thanks for having me.
I feel like we should start with how we met.
Yeah, that was a nightmare. I mean, not you, but the
Nightmare situation.
the circumstance.
We had been cast to be on a game show.
Well,
we
no,
thought.
well, we weren't cast.
We thought we were cast
That
to
was
be on
the
a game
problem.
show. And we ended up sitting in a room, like the two of us, maybe a couple other people,
Yeah.
for like 12 hours and never got
Just-
on this stupid show.
Oh, but we need to paint the picture. It was a basement, okay, no windows. We weren't allowed to have phones.
Right.
No pens or paper because it was a quiz show, so we weren't allowed to quiz each other.
Right.
And then there was just all these like morons, like kind of like adult children, like playing with blocks and stuff.
Yes. People that are on game shows a lot. And
Yeah.
they're like, this is how it works.
And they were so pumped. They're like, yeah, we're on a game show. And we were like, cool it, we're here for 12 hours.
This is not fun. But we made friends.
Yeah. Well, just no other friends.
No other
right?
friends.
Okay.
Think about it this way. If we had our phones, we just would have been on our phones the whole time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
God, I could be in a better place right now.
But you do. You're like, this is what I got for it. Great. 6 years later, here I am.
See, you did win, Jeff.
I won. So you, so we kind of did some stand-up and stuff in LA, but you've really pursued it really well and had some fun success and stuff. And you tour quite a bit. Yes, you're just doing great. And I'm interested in what life is like as a touring comedian.
It's interesting. It's really, it's so much fun. Do I talk to you or them? They're my friends now.
Whichever.
It's a lot of fun. It's crazy because it's so unpredictable. Like where I'm at, I'm putting my own tours together.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of, like one night I'm playing for like a few hundred people and it's crazy and it's packed and I'm staying in a nice hotel, and then the next night I'm staying in like the mildewy basement of a local comic and there's 4 people in the crowd and none of them knew there was a show that night, and it's kind of like
Right.
Yeah.
And what I think is interesting is that like that's not to say that like you have done well. That is the life.
Yeah.
Like that is the life of like people that we see on TV or something that also tour. There are just crappy places.
Oh yeah, there's like it's so fun always, regardless of the circumstances, because it always feels like an adventure, and like I feel like I'm perpetually a teenager and like camping or something.
Right.
But then there's times where like I did a show this summer with another friend of mine, and we were staying with a local comic, and we did our show. We're getting ready to go to sleep. It's like 1 a.m, so we're already like locked in. We're staying in this weird apartment house thing, like in the basement. And the guy who's hosting us comes downstairs, and he's like, "Hey, I just real quick, I don't want to be awkward, but my roommate just got out of prison." And we were like, "What? Like that's not." Like, awkward isn't the word you're looking for, but at this point I'm like, well, I've already unpacked my things. I'm obviously staying regardless.
Tell me about the charges.
I know, I'm like, that's none of my business. I don't know why you're telling me that.
Right, either tell me so that you're gonna move me somewhere else, or just don't tell me.
Yeah, or just, like, let's keep it your little secret, you know?
Now, this summer or spring, you got filmed for a PBS docu-series, I think it's called.
Yeah.
What was that about?
They reached out to me because they were doing, PBS did a docu-series, or like, yeah, I was gonna say, or a series of, you know, you get it.
A series of documentaries?
A docu-series. The first word that I chose, and it was just like different people's lives in Los Angeles and like what it's like to live there and whatever. And so they chose me to do the comedian episode on, which was cool. And they came to my house and like interviewed me for 20 or 30 hours. Like it was so long, and like looked through all my scrapbooks and stuff, and
you don't want
followed
nobody
me
doing
hiking. It was weird.
They looked through your scrapbooks.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, you told me this. They found this frightening picture of you as a child for Halloween dressed as a clown that you put up on social media all the time.
I wish there was a way for you guys to see it. It's really terrifying. My parents dressed me as a clown for Halloween when I was a kid, but it looked like they were dressing me as John Wayne Gacy or something, because my makeup was it was kind of like melting off, and in the photo I'm like my wig is coming off. Like it's really horrifying. But in the docuseries, they like zoomed in on the photo and then they cut away and then they keep coming back to it. Like, it's like 30 minutes, but I think the editor was like, what is this? This can't be real.
I had to keep spending time on this. People need to see this.
My parents are being investigated now. It's a little late.
So what's your ultimate goal? It's kind of do what you're doing, just bigger stages maybe.
Yeah, just have a big, I want to have a big career where I'm able to call all my own shots.
Right.
You know, because I know there's like a sweet spot where you're making money and you're doing well and you're recognized or whatever, but then there's still like this other level in entertainment where you're like, you're doing well, but you kind of have to do what everybody else tells you to do. And then there's like, Chris Rock does whatever Chris Rock feels like doing.
I feel like I'm in this strange place where I can do what I want to do, I just can't make any money at it.
That's where I'm at.
So
welcome.
I made this thing, I forgot about the one part. And you're going, so after this, you're going to do some stand-up for us.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We're very excited. We'll be right back with Lisa Curry doing stand-up.
Guest travel and accommodations provided by Hotel Vandervoort.
Systematic Savings Bank, official bank of the Mystery Hour. Tonight's musical guest brought to you by Bear Village.
Big Fish Screen Printing, official t-shirt provider of the Mystery Hour. Welcome back, everybody. It is the Mystery Hour that you are watching. We've just had a great interview with Lisa Curry, stand-up comedian, and we thought if we're going to have her here, she needs to do stand-up as well, and we're delighted to have her do it. So please put your hands together once again for Lisa Curry.
What's up? Hey. Hi. I just I hit an important milestone recently. 10 years single. That's an accomplishment. Thank you. I'm at the point now where I've been single for so long, I don't even understand how people get into relationships anymore. You know, like, whenever a friend's like, I'm engaged, I'm like, whoa. And I just imagine that equation from Good Will Hunting, and I'm like, what? Like, you bought him a sweater one time, and now he wants to spend the rest of his life with you? Like, what? The math is bad on that. That doesn't make sense. I'm on the road a lot, so I eat dinner by myself a lot, which is fine. I like it. I don't mind it. But what I do mind is if I'm somewhere having dinner by myself and there's an extra chair, inevitably some happy couple comes up and they're like, hey, we see you're not using that chair. You mind if we take it? You're never going to use that chair. You know it. And I'm like, oh, my God. Like, leave my chair. You know, that chair is like a life jacket on a plane. I know I'm never going to use it, but I want to think it can save me. So you could just leave it for me. I haven't been in a relationship in 10 years, but I have had friends with benefits. We all do that. That's fun, right? That's when, that's when you sleep with somebody you already know and trust, and then you accidentally fall in love and have your heart ripped out of your chest. What? You guys, that's false advertising. Those are not benefits. Those are benefits the same way, like if you started a new job and your boss was like, hey, this comes with vision and dental, and every Friday I'm going to punch you in the face for no reason. Like, why would you do that to me? It seems like an unnecessarily cruel thing to do. It's awful. Dating's weird. Like when you first start dating somebody and you know you want to say I love you to them, but you know it's not cool yet. You know you love them. So you say other things like instead of I love you to try to dip your toe in the water. You know, when you're like, I just really like you, you know, or I just want to tear your face open and eat your insides. I just want to unzip your flesh and climb inside of you like footy pajamas. And they're like, what? And you're like, whoa, don't get weird, dude. I didn't say I love you. You know, relax. Don't make this weird. My married friends always say this stupid phrase that I hate. They're always like, love makes you do the craziest things. I'm like what? Did you run into oncoming traffic? Like, no, you didn't. Like, Love like makes you care for someone else a little bit more. Like that's it, and not even all the time, if we're being honest. That's it. Like heartbreak makes you do the real crazy stuff. Like I'm checking someone else's horoscope and taking it seriously, you guys. Do you understand? I'm like, what's Aries up to today? Should I text him? No, never. Like, I'm paying a psychic money. Do you understand? I have $4 and I'm giving it to a witch. Like, tell me my future. That's where I'm at right now. Like, heartbreak made a NASA astronaut put on a diaper and drive across the country to murder another woman. Do you guys remember this story, Lisa Nowak? That's literally our best and our brightest, NASA astronaut. Like, this is an intelligent woman, and she found out another woman was with her man, and she's like, you know what? I'm gonna kill her. I'm not even gonna stop to go to the bathroom. Like, never mind that she was literally driving across the country, so she had to stop for gas, but she thought, if this shaves 5 minutes off of that woman's life, I'll do it. And I was like, relatable. Relatable. I hate racists, especially like old racists. I don't understand. Like, my grandpas would always say the worst things about other people, and my parents always made up the same excuse that everyone says about old people. They're always like, yeah, well, you know, they're just from another time. You know, like that's what they say when old people say horrible things. It's like, oh, they're from another time. And I'm like, yeah, how did Grandpa get to this time? Did he crawl through a wormhole to get here? I don't think so. I don't think so. Like, he lived through the civil rights movement. He should know better than everyone. Like, I don't think you should be able to move forward in time with technology and medicine and then just not socially. Like, what? It's not a game show. You don't get to pick categories, you know? Move forward all the way or not at all. That's what I say. I think that should be a rule, so then that way when your grandpa says something horrible and he needs a tumor removed, you just give him a shot of whiskey and you carve it out with a rusty old knife. Like, hey man, you want to talk like an 1800s plantation owner, that's cool, but we're going to give you Civil War medicine now. When he says something stupid like, I just don't get the Black Lives Matter movement, you can be like, that's cool, man, don't even sweat it, but get away from the microwave, because that is not for you. It's ahead of your time. That's it for me. I'm Lisa Curry. Thank you so much.
There she is, Lisa Curry. That's our show. 10% of our box office proceeds tonight goes to Rare Breed. Lisa Curry killed it. We'll see you guys next week.